The outbreak of that rare virus has killed 3 passengers aboard that
People
ship.
have died, several have fallen
More
ill
than
on board.
20 different countries among more than 140 people.
The Hantavirus is everywhere right now. People are seeing scary headlines, videos talking about mysterious symptoms, clips about rare infections, and comments from people convincing themselves they might already have it. And the weird part is, most people were completely calm before hearing about it. Then suddenly they start checking their body, their throat feels weird, their chest feels tight, they start Googling symptoms. Then they convince themselves something might actually be wrong. And this is exactly how anxiety works. Not because danger is always real, but because your brain is built to react aggressively to uncertainty. That's why anxiety feels so exhausting. Your brain keeps trying to solve problems that might not even exist. And once you understand the hidden system behind it, a lot of your daily stress suddenly starts making sense. So let's rank the biggest things that secretly make anxiety worse in modern life. First, let's talk about doom scrolling. This one feels harmless at first. You check one Hantavirus video, then another, then a comment section, and before you realize it, your brain feels like the world is dangerous. That happens because your brain is constantly scanning for threats, and repeated exposure tricks your brain into thinking something is important. The amygdala, which is basically your brain's alarm system, reacts more strongly every time it sees threatening information. So even if nothing around you changes physically, your nervous system starts acting like danger is nearby. That's why anxiety online spreads so fast. Fear keeps attention locked in, and platforms reward attention. So this actually lands in B tier. It matters a lot. One small thing that actually helps is limiting how much fear content you consume in one sitting. Because when your brain stops getting repeated threat signals, your nervous system slowly starts calming down again. Now this next one happens so fast most people don't even notice it. Catastrophizing. This is when your brain instantly jumps to the worst possible outcome from a small situation. A weird symptom suddenly feels dangerous. A delayed text feels like something is wrong. A small mistake feels like everything is falling apart. Your brain does this because anxiety is built around prediction, and when uncertainty appears, your mind often fills the gaps with worst-case scenarios to prepare for danger. But most of the time, the imagined outcome never actually happens. So this lands in D tier because it usually stays mental instead of fully taking over your behavior. One helpful tip is to pause and ask yourself how many times your worst-case scenario actually became real. Most anxiety predictions never happen the way your brain imagines them. Now let's talk about reassurance checking. This one traps people without them noticing. You read one story about hantavirus and suddenly every small sensation feels suspicious. You start checking if your throat feels weird. You search early symptoms. You refresh news updates to see if cases are getting worse. You ask people online if you think you are okay. And every time someone says you are probably fine, your brain feels temporary relief. But something subtle happens here. Your brain starts linking checking with feeling safe. So the next time uncertainty shows up, the urge to check gets stronger and faster. That is how anxiety loops form, not because there is more danger, but because your brain is trying to reduce uncertainty in the moment. Psychologists call this negative reinforcement. It means a behavior gets repeated because it removes discomfort temporarily. So checking feels helpful in the short term, but over time, it strengthens the anxiety itself. And this is why reassurance checking lands in C tier. Because it feeds anxiety constantly, but usually starts after anxiety already exists. One thing that helps is delaying the urge to check immediately. Even waiting a few minutes teaches your brain that uncertainty is uncomfortable, but not actually dangerous. Now, this next one is the one most people completely underestimate: avoidance. This is where anxiety slowly takes control of people's lives. You avoid situations that make you uncomfortable. Avoid difficult conversations. Avoid going outside. Avoid making decisions. And every time you avoid something, your brain immediately rewards you with relief, which sounds good, but your brain quietly records that situation as dangerous. That's why anxiety spreads. At first it's one thing, then another, and another, until your comfort zone becomes smaller and smaller. And the scary part is your brain thinks it's helping you survive. This is emotional conditioning. Your nervous system learns fear through repeated patterns. So compared to the others, this easily belongs in A tier because it silently grows anxiety over time. A good way to fight this is exposing yourself to small, uncomfortable situations on purpose. Because every time your brain survives discomfort, it slowly stops labeling it as danger. Now the last and most impactful one on our list is uncertainty. This is the real engine behind most anxiety. And honestly, Hantavirus is the perfect example. Your brain hates not knowing what happens next. So when uncertainty appears, your mind fills the gaps with worst-case scenarios. That's why anxiety spirals feel so real. And once your body reacts with things like a fast heartbeat or tight chest, your brain starts treating those feelings as proof that something is wrong. This easily lands in S tier because most anxiety is really your brain trying to gain control over uncertain situations. One helpful tip is to stop chasing constant reassurance. The more your brain learns to sit with uncertainty, the weaker anxiety usually becomes. And once you realize that, a lot of your own thoughts suddenly make more sense. Your brain is not trying to destroy you. It's trying to protect you. It's just using an ancient survival system that was never designed for non-stop modern information. Comment down below which tier honestly affects you the most right now. If you found this helpful, please like and share, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos that break down how your mind, habits, and decisions actually work.